Welcome to another episode of Mata Africa. I'm Zuwaira Hamza. Today we'll be talking on maximizing yourself as a modern woman. And with me is Pastor Mrs. Julian Onovola. She's the founder of Lavok International School, Lavok Business School, and so many others which she will be telling us. Nice to meet you, ma.
Thank you, Zura.
Yes, ma. Now, can we meet you?
My name is Pastor Mrs. Odion Onoviona. I'm married to Pastor John Onoviona from Delta State. I'm also the director of Lavok Business School, where we teach people on entrepreneurship. It's purely entrepreneurship, teaching people how to make money in clean way, how to be successful as a business entrepreneur. I'm also the author of 21 books, amongst which is Money is Everywhere. I also have a foundation for women called Living Proof Praying Women Foundation International. What we do is to encourage women to be successful despite all odds. That you are married, you are not married, you have been battered, you are divorced, you are separated. We encourage women to come up. We are not. Most women believe that the reason why they are created is for marriage, which is wrong. Marriage is just one of the 20 reasons why God made the woman. So if marriage is not working out, it's not the reason why a woman should bend her head low. So what we do is to encourage women to come out of their broken shelf, and fulfill destiny.
We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll try to find out from you what motivated you in fulfilling your dreams. Stay with us.
Wow! Television Nigeria sparkling around the whole world. Welcome to Television Nigeria, the #1 fast-growing satellite TV based in the heart of Abuja, transmitting on the free-to-air bouquet online concert platform. Television Nigeria, the home of movies, documentaries, music, birthday parties, entertainment, events, and many more. You can reach us at Television House opposite White House Mansion, Guzape area, Abuja, or visit us at www.tvnnews.com or call us on 080 9153 5054. Television Nigeria, the #1 choice of the whole world.
Welcome back. And if you're just watching us, it's Mata Africa on Television Nigeria. We're talking about maximizing yourself as a modern woman. And with me is Pastor Mrs. Julian Onovola. Before we went on a break, we wanted to find out what made her, or what are the things that encouraged her to fulfilling her dreams.
Well, as I was growing up, I didn't have it so easy, because my father was a polygamous family. It was a polygamous family, so every mother to her children. So because my mother couldn't fend for us, I had to follow my sister as I was growing up. So growing up was not that easy, because my sister's husband was not that rich, so she did a lot of handwork, a lot of trading. Early in the morning, I'll have to go and hawk bread before going to school. When I come back, I'll go to the market to help her to sell, because there was no way I'll just close my eyes to see her suffering and not assist her. So I was always with her to assist her in her businesses, those small little businesses she was doing. So from there, I learned the secret of greatness, because even though the husband was not rich, she was able to single-handedly train her children in school. So that was my motivation as a little child. And as I was growing up, I told myself I didn't want the situation I found myself as a teenager. So I told myself my children must not go through what I went through. So even as a teenager, I started developing a mindset for success. And so by the time I entered the Polytechnic Ibadan, where I did my program, I was already, into business. When I'm going to school, I'll go to where they sell a Beham boutique, buy some things and sell in the hostel. So that was what I was doing to sustain myself. I started doing business, even though I searched for job, the job was not forthcoming. And because the job was not forthcoming, I decided to help myself by going to the market to sell things. So I started going to Karu Market to sell fruits, vegetables, anything I find myself doing. So, and I was able to raise small money. I started saving money. And the fact is that there's money in all these little things we just overlook. That's where the real money is, not in office work. So I started gathering the money. So the job came. After the job came, I was employed as a teacher. I discovered that I had so much time to play with. After my lessons, I don't do anything again. So I just told myself, no, I don't think I want to waste my time. So while I was teaching, once my lessons are over, I went further to learn tailoring. So I started sewing. So from there, I gradually started building my empire, started building the business up, building it up until the church transferred us to Kurudu to start a parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. It was then the vision to start a school came up.
That's a big one.
Thank you.
Now, how supportive was your husband?
He was very supportive, and he's still very supportive. There's an adage that says, when a woman brings joy to the husband will definitely put all his best to encourage the wife. Before I started doing something, we were always fighting because the finance was not there. It was not enough. But when I started doing something, the money was coming and I started supporting him. I lifted so much of the burdens from him. So when he saw that something was coming, something profitable was coming, so he had to support me and join me to do everything we are doing. So he's very, very, very supportive because he's getting results from it. And that's why I tell women, you can't leave all the burdens for your husband because it won't work. You have to support. If he has to pay the school fees, feeding, accommodation, everything, there will be bound to be quarrel in the home, because when he looks back, he sees that there's no support coming from anywhere. So there will be fighting, and that was what happened.
What are the challenges you face, and how did you overcome them? Because you cannot just say you just started and everything blows over.
No. It was like I said from the beginning. It was a very, very difficult terrain in the sense that there was a language barrier. Number 2, the finance was not there. Number 3, a lot of people did not believe in my dream. They were like, how can you say you want to start a school in this forest? Even when I was leaving my ministry job, my friends told me, Julie, are you crazy? You are leaving the known to unknown. I told myself, because I knew where I was going. So I told myself I was not going to be discouraged by anything. So I kept on with the vision. The vision I have, I told myself, I must make it in life.
We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll find out how she was able to manage the home front and her business. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. We're trying to find out before we went on a break how she was able to manage her home and her business. And if you're just watching us or you're just joining us, this is Matter Africa on Television Nigeria, and my guest is Pastor Mrs. Julian Onobola, the founder of Lavok International School. Ma, I was trying before we went on a break, I wanted to find out how you were able to manage the business and the home.
Like I said earlier on, I have so many things I'm doing. I'm a multi-talented entrepreneur. I'm not just an entrepreneur, a pastor, a motivator, and an author of 21 books. I've been able to package all these things together as a result of being organized and knowing how to manage time. Most people don't know the value of time. Time wasted is destiny wasted. If you are able to quantify how you use time, then you will be a success story. If you are not somebody who knows how to manage time, we can't work together. My staff knows me. They know that I don't take it for granted at all. Once I tell you I'm coming 7, my 7 is 7. So for me to be able to marry this with the home front, it's all about being an organized woman. And you know, for a woman, God has so blessed us. We are so graced because we are the last creation. God took time to create the woman. And so there is this level of grace that's been deposited on the woman at creation, which every woman must realize. The day you realize that you have been privileged to have the amount of grace, then managing time will no longer be a problem. So what I do is, thank God technology has also made things very easy for us. So what I do is, during my weekends, I make sure I go to the market, do all my cookings. Nobody cooks for me. I do all my cookings and keep in the freezer.
And on the final note, there are so many pressures on women out there. What advice do you have, especially the women who are trying to keep their head up in fulfilling one dream or the other?
It's not about the society. It's about the woman herself. Once you realize, you need to realize as a woman that you are created to make impact. So if you have that understanding that you are created to make impact in your generation, you will not allow anything, society, culture, or whatever, to deter you. So the first thing first is realize who you are as a woman, that you are made for the top. And once you have realized that, then you start putting all those things, principles that will make you to get to the top in place. The first thing first is knowing God. Everything is all about God. Anything you are doing and God is absent from it, you can be sure that you will crash. Then secondly, whether you are married or not, just know that you have a dream to fulfill. And the dream is for you to give lives to those that are lifeless. And if you are married, know that your husband has his destiny to fulfill, and you too have your destiny to fulfill. But it's so unfortunate that 95% of women, once they are married, if they had the plans in the while they were growing up to become the best doctor in the world, they drop it just because of the tag misses. You see that the fire they had while they were growing up as a single girl, as a lady, immediately they get married, they drop that fire. And so instead of putting enough energy to do things so that they can be successful, they leave everything to their husband. That's why things are not working out. That's why society is not accepting us, because they see us as weaklings. And we are not weaklings. We are not weaklings. But because there's a part of the word of God that says, husbands, treat your wives as weaker vessels as unto the Lord. Not in the area of capacity development. No. So once you see yourself that you are born to create impact, you will not allow anything to deter you. So for women there, please realize the fact that you have been made to be on top. And if you must be on top, you must work hard. You must get rid of negatives. All those, I cannot do it, it's not possible. It is possible. It's all about your mind. And I want to believe that the society is waiting for women to rise up. Once they see that they see greatness in us, they accept us. In most homes where you see the men succeeding, it's a woman that is pushing the man. There must be a woman pushing the man. And so I tell women, men are not crazy. Men are not crazy. They can't see somebody that is successful and they want to fight the woman. They want to punch the woman. They want to say, okay, I'm not interested in the marriage again. No, it's not possible. So let's rise up as women to fulfill purpose, to fulfill destiny. And for those of us that are married, there are two conditions for marriage to succeed. For the man, he said, love your wife unconditionally. And for the wife, he said, submit to your husband as unto God. So if women are ready to submit to their husbands, I want to believe that the men are there to support them. My husband is very, very supportive. There is nothing he doesn't do for me, because no matter the money I make, is my head. And we need to realize the fact that in African culture, the man is the head of the home, just like God puts it in his word that the man is the head of the home. And if the woman is submissive to the authority of the husband, and the man is ready to love unconditionally, there's no way the man will enslave the woman.
Thank you very much, Ma, for your time. Thank you for having us here. And that's all we'll be having today on Television Nigeria. Remember, ladies, that beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself and work hard to be a successful person. I'm Zoraira Hamza. Bye for now.